What's up, everybody? Welcome to Day Trade with Zay. I'm Isaac, and today this is the trade breakdown for. Oops, sorry about that. This is going to be the trade breakdown for today, Monday, April 11th, 2022. So I just want to go ahead and give you some insight into what I seen at open and what my. Sorry, let me go ahead and delete this stuff. Part of the trade journal. But just to give you some insight onto what I seen at open and what exactly price was telling me on my end. So first things first is, you know what, let me go ahead and keep that there. First things first is that I seen a key rejection, right? So last week we had a crazy downtrend after price had gone in, rejected the 4-hour, 2-hour ILC. Price dropped tremendously. What is this about? I mean, up until this morning, about 6%, right, since last week. So about 1,000 pips, 6% since last week. But one thing that I had seen is price broke through, and I'm sorry, you guys, it's a little confusing, but you can see this big blue area right here, right, from 14,573 to 14,303. It's about a 270 pip range, right? But this is the weekly S2R. Now, I've been using this level for a long time in my trades. Weekly S2R, I've been using it, support, resistance, all of it, right? So it's been key for me. Sorry about my crazy charts. I'm going to clean them up at some point, but I use them still. But one thing that I seen was price breakthrough during the Asian session, Sunday afternoon. And then London session, price had actually pushed up into the weekly S2R again, using it as resistance with the key rejection. And then we had this sell-off zone that was already set. So I liked what I seen, and I knew that my bias was definitely going to be short for today. So I went ahead and I drew out the Fibonacci from the most recent high to the most recent low. And the reason I did that was that I seen there was a key rejection as well from this support level from the 18th of March. I seen that price was using it as resistance after price had broken through. Used this 15-minute 50 EMA along with, exactly what I said on the 2-hour, rejected out, breaking structure and creating a lower low. Then we've seen a lower high, price using this again, resistance, 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 and broke down below. So I drew out the Fibonacci from the most recent high to the most recent low, and I seen that there was two key levels that I liked. And let me actually just go ahead and put the replay on before. We'll do it at 6:15. I found two key levels that I liked. The first one was this 15-minute ILC right at the 50% level. Price had already rejected it once, and it looked like it was, showing respect to it. So I like this area, but I also like this area up top, which also had a 5-minute. So it wasn't as strong in terms of confirmations. Sorry, this is the Asian in London. And but I did like that there was some respect shown here along with the 5-minute 20 EMA. So my bias was always short with it. It was just a matter of what price was going to do at open. Was it going to respect right here and then push up to here before rejecting? Or, what is it going to do? Because you always want to worry about the risk first. How much are you risking? What are you willing to risk and all that, right? So my original bias was definitely short, but didn't know where. So I really like this area up top, and I thought, we'd have to put stop losses just above these wicks right here, so about 50 pips. And we could see our target down here to 61.8%, which is an IOC. So I liked it, right? A good risk to reward for the most part. I'm sorry, no. I actually seen it coming down here to this level. This was my original take profit area. So at about 1-to-3 ratio, 1-to-3 risk reward ratio, excuse me. So this was the original trade, but as price came up, I seen that it was respecting the 50 EMA. The 50 EMA on the 5-minute on the 1 minute. Let me go ahead and get down to that. So here's the 1 minute 50 EMA, right? Seen that price was somewhat respecting it before pre-New York, and let's just go ahead and get the replay popping so I can show you exactly what price did. So you can see here it pushed up, right? Showed some more respect. And this is what made me really want to commit to the trade. I wasn't in it yet. I usually don't trade until open, but I did see this huge rejection right here, right? Rejection again, rejection right here, and this was the huge rejection. Boom, push down, where I kind of thought I lost the trade or missed the trade. But right here at open, What is this? 6:26, so about 4 minutes till open. I thought the price could actually go ahead and push down from here. So I entered some positions, show you exactly where. Right here I entered a position. I seen the rejection up top, so I entered. I had my stop loss just above these wicks right here, and we seen price fall. Now at this point, I thought, we're headed straight to my take profit. We've seen a huge push down, a huge spike. So this is 16,162 to 129. So that's damn near a 40 pip candle right after open, rejecting the 1 minute 50 EMA. The 1 minute 20 EMA kind of crossed over. So I was really looking to hold my trade. But unfortunately, we've seen a huge rejection. But at one point in time, I was up about 260 on this position right here, $260. So price came back up and eventually came to stop me out, which you could see here. Boom, stop me out. But I like the rejection again after it had respected the 50% ILC. So I jumped in the trade again. Beautiful, right? Now I'm up about 160, I believe, or 180. And I like the trade, put in a smaller position, but I like it, right? I think it's going to come down, but what does price do? Comes right back up and stops me out at break even again. So I was a little disappointed, but I seen what price kept doing. It was respecting this area, that my 50% ILC. So I really liked my bias still, and I liked the way it looked, on the bigger time frames as well, but we'll get there since it's still 647. So you could see here price push back up. And I entered another position after I seen multiple rejections right here. And I had seen price reject the basically the 61% golden zone ILC. So I jumped back in the trade, and again I was stopped out. You could see price kind of bounce right here, comes down. I was up a good amount. Price shot back up and stopped me out of my position. I entered another position right there, riding it. Price came back out, stopped me out again. So I wanted to stick to the bias. I seen that price was coming down, and at this point I was actually very committed to looking at this trade again, coming up to this 1 minute 50 EMA and rejecting it. Price blew through it. I waited a little bit, seen another key rejection, boom, right? Entered the trade again. At this point I'm thinking this is it has to come down. I was up again about $150, and what did price do? Came back and stopped me out. So at this point, I was really disappointed with the trade in terms of where it was headed. This is about 710. So let me go ahead and show you the 5 minute. It looked great to me though, right? We see exhaustion on the 5 minute candles, right? Each wick, yeah, they're long wicks, but they're wicking out of the 5 minute 50 EMA. We've already seen a huge rejection wick at the golden zone ILC. We're seeing more huge rejection wicks, but I was seeing a little bit of support formed here, and I'm thinking if it hasn't broke through now, I don't think it will, and I think it's possibly going to push up. And that's kind of where my head was at. I had already entered multiple positions, and I just didn't want to overtrade and break my trading rules. So that was my biggest thing. I didn't want to just continue to keep trading and break my trading rules, keep jumping in and out of positions. So at this time, I just decided to step away. And it's all pretty well documented on the Instagram page. But at this point in time, I just really wanted to step away from the charts before I put in some bigger moves, bigger positions, and, thinking it was possible for it to shoot up. But going back to it, let me just show you the 15 minute. We've seen another huge rejection candle right here, right? It's beautiful. But I just hopped out and wanted to listen to my trading rules. Eventually, what price does is, let me just go ahead and show you. It just makes its way down from here basically. So I got stopped out. Price still consolidated, right? It's kind of it's basically sitting in this range, right? Ranging, still ranging. Wasn't even looking at the computer at this point in time. And then I seen it make its move down. I think it pushed back up here again though at some point. Oh no, this was it, yeah. This engulfing candle. Now what should have happened for me is I actually seen this. I was thinking about putting in a position here. Quick stop loss just above the wick. No, actually I was going to do it above this wick. About, let's call it 40 pips. and I was gonna write it down to, my take profit, but I didn't want to be a dummy on a Monday while price is consolidating and you're at the bottom of the consolidation as well, or the middle of the consolidation, which you never really want to do, right? You don't want to jump into the trade, buy or sell in the middle of a consolidation, and you definitely don't want to sell at the bottom of a consolidation, because if you do that, now you're looking at a stop loss that is, you know, let's just say that's still 67 pips, right? So you don't ever want to do that. And I didn't want to do something tight like this or anything like that. So I just stood away from the trade. But eventually, let's just go ahead and go to the 5-minute chart. Price did its thing, did exactly what I thought it would do, and some. So let me just go ahead and show you. We see the rejections. We've seen the push down. This was a key support level right through this consolidation. Price broke through eventually, hit multiple targets, right? First target would have been at 27%, second at 61%. And take profit 3 would have been right here. But price kind of rejected right here, started building up a little bit more consolidation before making its move back up. So go ahead and fast forward it. You can see price starting to move up. I was looking at price this whole way, and I was looking at this level this entire way with the 50 EMA and all that good stuff. And unfortunately, price did exactly what I thought it would do again. It kind of consolidated, creating these lower lows or higher highs and higher lows. And I like this area. Price rejected it. And I like that area to sell off of just because I knew it was strong from the consolidation that showed us that. And price did exactly what we thought it was doing. It was slow turning today. The market didn't move in big lump sums, but it did move. So, it's just going back to the work that I have to do, my patience, discipline, kind of just sticking to my bias, and I wouldn't say live by the sword, die by the sword, but, let it hit my stop loss, right? At the end of the day, if I would have just let price hit my stop loss, I would have made a lot of money today. But I didn't. I was moving my stop loss to break even a lot sooner just because I knew there was a chance it could push back up just from what price was doing, and didn't take profits early. Was up, a few, close to $300 at one point before I got stopped out at break even. So it was just a multitude of things that I got to work on as a trader to get better at, with holding my trades, because, if I showed you you guys could take a look. The last 2 weeks, just go to the YouTubes, man. There's a lot of perfect entries, and I'm talking perfect. Perfect entries where you ride the trade for 60 to 100, 120 pips. And we profit. We had a good day, but we're not holding the trades to fruition, like to where they're going to go, and where I say we're going to go, where price is going. So that's my biggest thing, is holding my trades. But you could see here it was slow turning, and eventually price made its way down to this area right here, which was, I believe, 289 pips. So it was a beautiful, it was a beautiful idea, sell-off idea, the bias, the entry, everything was A1. It just wasn't executed properly, and that's something that I got to work on as a trader. So, I hope you guys were able to learn from this, take something from this, and, price is moving now. It's looking like it's headed down in a big way. We might see a little bit of retracement up to maybe this zone or this zone up here before we see it kind of fall. So don't see any true IOCs right now. I guess it would be this one or this one that I'd be looking to trade off tomorrow, but we'll see what the market gives us. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. Made $19 on the day when there was a lot of money to be made, a lot of money left on the table. But we learned from it, and we apply it tomorrow. And that's the best we can do. So appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. Make sure to go ahead and follow the Instagram at DayTradeWithZay. You'll see a lot of my entries and my profits, my losses, whatever we're doing for the day. And, I'm just hoping to hustle and motivate and inspire on that page. That's my biggest goal. So appreciate you guys for tuning in again. We'll see you tomorrow at 6:15 a.m. And let's get it, man.